Well, Ross and I were just talking about the role of intelligence, if you will, when you're dealing with terrorists. And we found out more about that, if you will, in the courts, in particular with the Via terror trial that's going on. Faith Goldie joins us now. You weren't in the court, but you know the whole story.
Yeah, I've been following this closely. I have been in the courtroom with both of the accused, Shaheb Esseghir and Raid Jasser. These two men are in their 30s, and they're now facing a host of terror-related charges, all of which they're pleading not guilty to. Now, you mentioned intelligence, and I'm happy because folks at home might be surprised to learn that this is actually an FBI sting operation that led to thwarting this alleged terror attack. Cross-border, and this FBI agent who is now revealing his work.
It reads like a book. It's amazing. It's a spy novel.
Exactly. As our colleague at Michelle Mendel over at the Toronto Sun writes, it's like Spycraft 101. You start to learn the ins and outs. So what the FBI agent has been relaying is his growing friendship with Shaheb Esseghir, who, if I may say, is being painted as really the ringleader of this cell here in Canada. To be sure, they planned to allegedly derail a passenger train that was Toronto bound back in 2012. So what this FBI agent did is, in a chance meeting with Shaheb Esseghir on an airplane, confessed that he was an American Muslim, and they started to agree on, let's just say, distaste for Western culture and Western affiliation within the, or meddling, if you will, in the Middle East, as he put it. And from there, this FBI agent gained Shaheb Esseghir's trust. Fast forward, they're in a car ride for about 6 hours, where the FBI agent is now wearing a body vest that has recorders on it. And in it, Shaheb Esseghir says that he has returned from Iran, where he met with members of Al-Qaeda who gave him their blessings to go forward and strike terror in the hearts and minds of Canadians. He had a host of different ideas of what he wanted to do. Two of the most prominent ones that are being mentioned in the courtroom right now are befriending a Muslim cook of the Canadian Armed Forces who would go on to poison 100 or 200 of our men and women there. And the other one is to derail this, allegedly, this Via Rail passenger Toronto-bound train rather. So, also in it, we're learning that Shaheb Esseghir says that his Iranian contact spoke of sleeper cells in America that were planning to do the same thing. The legal difficulties that we can anticipate going forward was this entrapment? Because the FBI agent says, I'm willing to do anything. I've got a million different ideas. But that being said, from Shaheb Esseghir's answer, well, myself and my Palestinian brother, as he referred to him in reference to Raid Jasser, we've been at work at this for a little while. So that might serve to protect the FBI agent from possibly meddling in this case.
So he almost like ingratiates himself and offers to contribute, is that?
That's exactly it. So, you know, he kind of paints himself as a man of means, and, you know, I'm willing to help out in any way I can in order to commit terrorist attacks within Canada. So certainly learning a lot more here, and it's amazing that we're able to access as much within such a high-profile case.
Yeah,
as well.
and as you say, means he poses as a real estate developer. That Esseghir would actually enlist an ordinary person tells you a lot about the operations in Canada.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this is different. I mean, when it comes to terrorism, you don't need to have a membership card. You know, it's all right. You profess to be of this sort of ilk and have a problem with this group of people. Well, then come on and join the forces of evil. So we'll see what happens. Raid Jasser, on the other hand, and these two guys are really towing very different lines and approaches in their defense. Shaheb Esseghir, Sun News Nation will recall this is the same guy who said, I won't be judged according to your criminal code. I only will swear on the Quran. I can only be judged by God's word. He's defending himself. Raid Jasser, he's got himself a legal defense team. He's not coming in traditional Islamic garb, wearing a suit. And Raid Jasser is saying, whoa, 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 before this arrest took place, before any serious plans were made, I was backing out. But as we learn more about his reasons for backing out, well, they don't seem to be all pure and good, which is to say this, he thought that derailing the plane, allegedly, was just too small of an operation.
I read one quote, 50 or 60 people got killed, and we want to kill more.
Right. He said, you know, why go for the sheep when you can get the wolf, by which he meant he wanted to target Canadian national leaders and, as he put it, Zionists. So I don't know about this bunch here, but we'll see what happens. And again, the fascinating part is that this is a cross-border investigation. And so I wonder where the U.S. Stem of this investigation has led them. We know at least one man was arrested in New York going to trial. So we'll see. But as you mentioned, you know, we're having terror charges being popped up in provinces across the country. This one of the more high-profile ones because it's been going on for some time. And I think to you know, folks at home, myself included, it is amazing how asymmetrical this is, how dispersed and diffused this is. But of equal wonder is that, you know, we got folks in the FBI here at CSIS RCMP that are able to actually track these and alleged plots and thwart them and possibly, in these cases, save lives.
You know, the thing is, I lived down in the United States during 9/11, and I saw the effects of terrorism overall. And, you know, the Canadians, obviously we lost Canadians in 9/11, but I think that they don't get how intense the feeling is when you are attacked. Maybe in Ottawa more so, and in Quebec a little bit more so, but I think overall they say, whew, that was a close one. They didn't blow up my train right now, and I don't need to worry about it. You've got to worry about it. You've got to watch out for this all the time.
Right, and I mean, there's this whole debate going on right now whether or not we should be showing images of terrorist attacks, of beheadings, of hostages set on fire. And I think, Pat, if I may say so, provided that you give some graphic warning or warning of graphic content, then it is necessary because we are a voting populace, ones that make up decisions on our ballots based on whether or not, you know, our leaders want us to go to war, to fight these enemies. Namely, right now, it's radical jihad in the shape of the Islamic State. And so it's important that we know about these things. It's important that we and our other colleagues in the media cover these cases because, well, it might just look like two guys who didn't amount to very much. If we did see that train derailed, this would have been of possibly even bigger proportions than what we saw take place in October, the terror attacks on Parliament Hill.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Faith. Great to have you here. Thank you.